still here on Newsnight. NDC flag bearer John Mahama hits back at his main political opponent, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, over his deliberate attempt to ignore his pressing 5 questions on the economy, insisting Ghanaians are not interested in his useless 50 questions.
And that's why I gave you the 5th question. Why are you running away from the economy? Because you were brought in to fix the economy. The economy is in a terrible state. Just answer the 5 questions.
We'll hear more from the former president, but also from the vice president, who has also thrown his own questions to John Dramani Mahama. And then, of course, the NSMQ grand finale. The precious 1 point that denied St. Augustine's College the 3rd chance at winning the National Science and Maths Quiz Competition title for the year 2024.
At the end of the contest, Keita Senior High Technical School has 32 points. St. Augustine's College has 46 points. Infant Sipim School has 47 points. Infant Sipim School. It is my pleasure to congratulate you on winning the contest. Well done, 2024 champions!
You want to stay with us for that and more, and the whole Cape Coast is now red and blue.
Although we have not won, but we have the guarantee that next year the trophy will come back to Keta School. And then Gakpeto, I'm just praying that he has to calm down. Shouldn't worry too much. And to those watching us at home, don't be heartbroken. Next year the trophy is coming to Keta School.
Another word there from the students from the Keita Senior High School, where they put up a very brave fight indeed. I want to stay with us for details of that and more, all here on Newsnight after this. And if you missed it, the National Science and Maths Quiz Grand Finale just ended. And guess what? A Fantipim school, they are the new champions. And as you know, the bragging rights are already out there for all to see. And guess who they beat? St. Augustine. And I know a few people right now listening who are licking their wounds already. The Keita SHS also did brilliant indeed. We're going to be crossing over pretty shortly to campus there and getting the reactions to this. But listen to what really transpired at the end when the quiz mistress announced those final results.
At the end of the contest, here are the final scores. Keita Senior High Technical School has 32 points. St. Augustine's College has 46 points. Infant Sipim School has 47 points. Keita Senior High Technical School. Do I get the smile? If you made this far, you have done so well. And I am proud to declare you 3rd place. You are not going empty-handed. You solved 2 of the riddles in the Super Bonanza. That gives you 2,000 Ghana cedis. Well done. St. Augustine's College, thank you for giving us an excellent contest. You did very well. You did very well. And I'm happy to declare you 2nd place. Infant Sipim School. You solved 1 of the riddles, so you'll get 1,000 Ghana cedis. In addition to that, your score is the highest for today. So for getting the highest score, you win the Pepsodent Highest Scorer Award, which at this stage is worth 10,000 Ghana cedis. But it is my pleasure to congratulate you on winning the contest. Well done, 2024 champions!
And I want want to take you live right now to the Infantipim School, where my colleague has been speaking and getting reactions. And this really is live. You can imagine that the students on campus right now, they are in a state of ecstasy, giving us reactions to what has happened today with the win that they've scored against St. Augustine's and Keita SHS.
But today, 2024, I can say all schools in Ghana, Boche is the best school. And I'm proud of my school. I'm proud of Boche. I'm proud of Boche.
Okay, so there's still so much excitement. There's still so much excitement here in Infantipim. Well, we still want to get some reactions from some of the students. Yes, who's coming?
I feel very excited, like literally. My whole body is boiling up. My whole body is boiling up. Literally.
Okay, so do you have a position in the school?
Protocol prefect.
Protocol prefect. How are you feeling about this win?
Feeling very ecstatic, just like everyone here. You know, in the final moments, it reminded me of a saying which I would like to reiterate in Italian. Non c'è mai stato un momento nella storia che la porrà forza la soluzione.
And what does it mean? There's plenty things you are saying. What does it mean?
Meaning, there has never been a time in history where fear was a solution.
So he's protocol prefect for the Infantipim School, and it's drizzling here. I mean, showers of blessing.
Indeed, showers of blessing indeed. I want to take you to the campus of Keita SHTS, where my colleague James Aveji is standing by for us. They lost, but Aveji, I guess that they still have significant pride in the performance of their representatives in the National Science and Maths Quiz. Going into this, they were significant underdogs, but they put up a brave fight, did they not?
Yes, indeed, Evans. They have pride in the fact that they have been to the finals at least twice in 5 years, in 2021, 2022, 23, and now in 2024, actually 4 years. And in those 2 years, they were regional champions. They won the regionals in 2021 as well as this year before going to the nationals and still making their way to the finals. As to what is exactly happening here now, all is gone dead and silent on campus because the students have been active, cheering their compatriots on all the way in Cape Coast the whole day with brass band music and all the drama you can think of. Hundreds of them packed themselves into the assembly hall where the giant screen projecting the Joy News channel was way before the opening ceremony started. And just when the last reader was solved and they knew that where they were, nothing could save them any longer. They started making their way out of the assembly hall one after the other. Now they've made their way through the dormitories and the classrooms. But when I spoke to them, they are hopeful that by next year, they believe in the Trinity. And so next year, when they make their way to the nationals again, they are hopeful they will get to the finals and win the trophy on their third attempt. And so that's how campus has been from morning till now, Evan.
James, thank you very much. I want to take you to the UCC campus now, where the event itself was held, and my colleague Jackie is on the line with me. Jackie, we're waiting for the presentation of the trophy and what comes with it. Has that happened yet?
Well, Evan, currently the students are related with the students outside. The celebration here is immense. You know, one of the business gave the final riddle like a task for ticket, and in front of them, boys saw that they had won. They started jubilation, so some of the ongoing riddle has been solved because of the excitement and the euphoria happening in here at the NEC auditorium. It will commence pretty soon.
Well, Jackie swam there by the jubilating students of Infantipim. Of course, who can blame them? They're excited. They won it. The National Science and Maths Quiz, the bragging. It's all about the bragging rights, but it's also about elevating the status of your school if you win. And that's exactly what the Infantipim school have done. Just listening to that contest, it was fierce at some points.
Also known as Oxidane, or by my parody name, dihydrogen monoxide. Frederick. Frederick.
Water.
Yes.
St. Augustine's, they've been the loudest in the lead up to this. You may have heard Kodo Young sing on the Super Morning Show. Excited, looking forward to this because he thought they were going to win. They lost. I want to take you to their campus right now, also in Central Region, and my colleague is standing by with the very latest from there. What's the reaction from campus? Eric,
hello, Ivan.
Yes, what's the reaction from campus? I see, I can hear in the background. It's very quiet. They've gone to bed early.
Evans, the looks of anguish, despair, frustration, sadness sums up the mood here on the campus of St. Augustine's College, where they were looking forward to clinching it for the third time. The excitement level was high right through from the first round to the last round. They're optimistic that their boys were going to bring the trophy to their campus. I mean, I can also confirm that a few of the students have gathered with drums in anticipation that the Jama will go all through the night, but that didn't materialize. It is sadness that has engulfed the entire St. Augustine's College. And even interestingly, I mean, if you attended a Catholic school, I know you went to Queen Anne's, there is rosary, and the boys are saying, "Jan's going to pray to Holy Mary."
Thank you very much, Eric, there giving us the reaction from the campus at St. Augustine. I'm looking for the Super Morning Show tomorrow. All the St. Augustine boys who will be shouting and screaming. I hope you're not one of those boys, James.
No.
Apam?
No. I went to St. John's School, second year.
St. John's. But so somebody went to Apam because Ms. Bow. Yes, okay. You're laughing at Apam.
Well, I'm not laughing at Apam, but
at least finish your sentence.
Well, at least St. John's went to the quarterfinal and we lost by just a point.
You have a point there.
Yeah.
But
next year we're coming strong.
Okay, no problem. Congratulations to the Infantipim boys.
Yeah,
and
as they really did well.
Our chief executive is smiling by now because
exactly.
He's an old boy. Listen, I want to hear from you on all the stories you've heard here from Top Story onto Newsnight 05511119997. I'll share your thoughts with the rest of the world after business.
All right, so coming up in business this evening, Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research cautions government against overspending this year due to electioneering pressures. And still, in this bulletin, government must be deliberate about adopting homegrown policies to ensure sustainable business practices. That is a call from the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry. The business news on Newsnight is brought to you by MTN Business, Kingdom Books and Stationery, Syntex Tanks, and Pepsodent Charcoal and Herbal. Welcome back to Business on Newsnight with me, James Ishen. Let's settle for the details now, but let's do some Habitat story now as the 2024 edition of the EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair themed Get a House, Make It a Home started today. The 4-day fair offers patrons exciting deals, special offers, and free consultations for all housing needs. This year's event kicked off today at the Accra International Conference Center and will run until November 2, 2024. My colleague Winston Taki was at the fair engaging with companies.
But they don't know what type of genset they need. Come talk to us. We will sit down with you with our experts and our engineers. Most of our employees are actually engineers. I mean, even our salespeople. They will advise you the size that you need. I have a kettle, I have a light, I have a bulb. These are the things that I have. We'll be able to do calculations for you, let you know exactly the size that you need. And then we will before we go to the commercial side, we'll see how you want to pay, how much it is, and then how much you want to. And if you come to the fair, you can earn up to about 10% discount.
And that's my colleague Winston Taki, they're interacting with some patrons and exhibitors at the Accra Conference Center. Now, let's do one of our headline stories. As the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research has issued a cautionary call for fiscal restraint as the country heads into the 2024 election year, stressing the importance of maintaining recent economic gains. It's admonished government not to overspend, especially with 2024 being an election year. The following report has more.
In its State of the Ghanaian Economy report, ISE highlighted the risks of election year spending on Ghana's financial stability, underscoring the need for fiscal discipline to protect key improvements in inflation, interest rates, and exchange rate stability achieved in 2024. According to ISE, 2024 holds greater growth prospects and key macroeconomic indicators such as inflation, interest rate, and exchange rates depreciation remain relatively improved compared to 2022, the report noted. The institute warned that Ghana must break away from the elections business cycle if it is to secure the gains in long term. It cautioned that the true state of the economy will emerge in the first quarter of 2025, adding that overspending in an election year can obscure underlying economic vulnerabilities and postpone needed reforms. The ISE report also highlighted the long-standing challenge posed by increased government expenditure in election years, often leading to inflationary pressures and fiscal deficits.
And that was a news desk report. Now, government must be deliberate about adopting homegrown policies to ensure sustainable business practices to promote long-term economic growth and development. This is the view of the Chief Executive Officer of Petrosol Platinum Energy Limited, Michael Buzumbiam. He contends the business climate must be friendly to enable local businesses to thrive in the wake of the economic difficulties, delivering the keynote address at the 48th Annual General Meeting of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Mr. Bozombe challenged businesses to develop a purpose-driven plans to withstand shocks.
Sustainable economic development when we have Ghanaians in charge largely, of the key sectors of the economy. And for that to happen, whilst we push governments to try and support, this presentation is targeted at our colleagues, my colleagues in the business sector, that it's got to a point where we have to take our destinies in our hands, because we constantly, advocate for support from government. Yes, we desire that government will support us, but where government fails, what do we do? And so this presentation is just directed at us to say that we should try and wake up and determine to succeed. And to do that, one, we must comply, because compliance is key. So my advice to indigenous businesses is that know where you are from. So we are from a very hostile environment where there isn't much support from the states to indigenous players.
The annual general meeting was on the theme adopting sustainable business practices to promote long-term economic growth and development. Let's do some other stories. With Africa's population expected to double to reach 2.5 billion by 2050, representing 25% of the world's population, Stanbic Bank Ghana has unveiled its new youth banking services. The product includes the Blue First account for kids below 18 years of age and the Gen Blue account for persons 18 to 25 years. Speaking to Joy Business after a short ceremony to launch the product, Chief Executive Officer of Stanbic Bank Ghana, Kwamna Sumeni, said the package comes with a chatbot service called Mahama Ever.
So the last 2 years have been difficult with the debt exchange, and prior to that we had COVID, but I believe the banking sector has recovered, Stanbic has recovered, and we've resumed our growth trajectory. We have a lot of exciting products and solutions for targeted customers, and we will continue to meet our customers at their points of need. We'll continue to help them create value, and that value should benefit both themselves and ourselves.
Kwamna Sumeni is the Chief Executive Officer of Stanbic Bank Ghana. Finally, the Director at the PwC South Africa, Marco Lute, is urging businesses to invest in cybersecurity infrastructure to safeguard their information and operations. According to Lute, strengthening cybersecurity can enhance trust when dealing with both domestic and international threats. He was speaking on the sidelines of PwC Cyber Forum in Accra.
There's no silver bullet to cybersecurity, so essentially, no level of investment might be enough. I think it is going the mile that you need to go to understand what the industry is doing, understand what your competitors are doing countries-wise, being up to date and so forth. And I think investing in the right people, technology, tools usually goes a long way with those.
Makolut as the director at the PwC South Africa. And that's all for business on Newsnight with me, James Eshen. Over to you, Evans. But Evans, will be expecting St. Thomas Aquinas next year.
Yes, of course. I mean, when it comes to day schools in this country and the record at the NSMQ, we are still the best.
Well, let's see.
No, it's not let's see. It's a matter of fact, historical fact. A certain MFA Pau chose to actually disappear tonight because her school was nowhere to be found in the entire competition. And so, yes, thank you very much.
Thank you too much.
A few of your messages on WhatsApp console. And Musa Abacha says, Evans' lawyer Frank Davis' argument is anything to do. Tomorrow, JM can appoint lawyer Amaliba CJ to oversee cases with political implications. Michael says he's from Semedo in the Volta region. Says, congratulations to Kitasco. Volta region is proud of you. Angoland is proud of you. Keita is proud of you. Jolali, now or never. Alfred says some of us are really surprised at the attitude and the high horse on which Frank Davis was mounting. Certainly, even though some of us are not lawyers as are effectively educated and broke down the issues to our understanding. Nane Kwama Boateng says, I'm not surprised at the NDC lawyers' comments regarding the Supreme Court rulings. It is tried knowledge that the NDC lacks consistency and credibility when it comes to issues with court verdicts. And Nee from Mamobi says, how will the MPP lawyers see something wrong with what the Supreme Court is doing? It's glaring, and he says it sets a bad precedent. A few of your comments there. This is your election headquarters.
Election Headquarters is brought to you by Petrosol Platinum Energy, Energizing Dreams, the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants (CIMA) and the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants (AICPA), together as the Association of International Certified Professional Accountants, German Ozone Medical Center, Alternative Therapy, Dental, Wellness and Beauty, Shopbox Technologies, a convenient service, Youth Bridge Foundation, bridging the gap for positive youth development, and Syntex Tanks. A year strong, a year tough.
Well, the campaign trail has been hot. Questions flying, both from Mahmoud Bawumia, the Vice President, and John Dramani Mahama, who tonight is firing back and has descended heavily on Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia over what he described as his deliberate attempt to ignore his pressing 5 questions on the economy. Speaking to supporters at a campaign event at Sabalugu, Mr. Mahama expressed surprise his main challenger in the December elections is not interested in the present economic issues.
And I saw 50 questions to me. It looks like our Vice President has just learned those things in the 50 questions the way we used to learn Baba, Black Sheep, Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Because I asked you 5 simple questions on the economy. That's all. Simple questions that Ghanaians want you to answer. You go and respond with how many compost plants did you build? How many this did you build? That is not what the issue is in Ghana today. Let me take you down memory lane. In 1992, there was an election in America. It was between Bill Clinton and George Bush Sr. At that time, the American economy was in recession, the way the Ghanaian economy is in crisis today. And people were talking about immigration, talking about all kinds of useless things. You know what the Clinton people said? It is about the economy, stupid. Today, I'm repeating those words. This election is about the economy, stupid. It's not about all those other useless things about who built how many compost plants. Answer the 5 simple questions. And you can't hide behind the debate. You don't need the debate to answer the 5 questions. When you ask Emisata 170 questions, you did not agree to go and debate for him to answer them. Ghanaians are asking you 5 simple questions. Just answer them. Akufo-Addo too, I've given him 2 questions. They should come and answer them. That's all Ghanaians are looking for. You have destroyed the economy. That is the truth. Even if you look at the 50 questions he asked me, he has skillfully avoided the economy. There's nothing about the economy in those 50 questions. And that's why I gave you the 5th question. Why are you running away from economy? Because you were brought in to fix the economy.
Well, Miracle Sabaja speaks for the Vice President's campaign and joins us on the line. Is the Vice President running away from the economy?
Evans, I think we need to take the Ghanaian voter seriously and begin to look the former president in the eye and say, listen, elevate the conversation, get serious on the campaign trail, and talk about the issues. Has he himself answered any question on the economy? Has he told the people of Ghana how he's going to fix whatever issue he thinks he has with the economy? What is the economy? Today, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has been with the local transport operators launching an app to stimulate the transport sector to boost their income in that sector so they can be very competitive. Is that not the economy? As we speak this evening, he's on his way to go and have an engagement with the creative arts industry. They are launching a streaming platform that would ensure that our creative arts musicians will have their outputs on these platforms and make some good money for themselves. Is that not the economy? What is the former president talking about? What does he mean by he's running away from the economy?
Well, he asked 5 questions. Have you answered any?
The economy.
He asked 5 questions. Have you answered any?
Who made him the examiner? When we said that he should come for a debate, why didn't he come for that debate? If he wants answers to those questions, he should come for a debate. Why is he running away from the debate? What makes him think? Or when he made that comment and we refuse to respond, so he thinks that he can just throw things around and insult everybody all over. When we invited him for a debate, didn't he say that the vice president should go and debate to the people and that he should go and respond to the people? That's what the vice president has been doing. What makes the former president think that he can decide when to ask questions when he himself has said verbatim that he's not going to debate any of the 12 contestants and that he is above all of them? Then you run away from a debate and go and stand on the hinges, and then you ask questions. And then you think that people should just run and come and respond to your 5 questions when you yourself, you have refused to make yourself available to engage the people in any meaningful conversation. Who told him that he sets the questions? And who told him that he gets answers when he wants?
Well, ironically, you're asking these questions about whether he is the chief examiner or not. But Bawumia, in fact, he set that precedent by bombarding the former vice president, may he still rest in perfect peace, with more than 100 questions. So
first of all,
where's the consistency?
This is the problem I always have. Whenever did you have the vice president set questions for Dr. Emisata? And that is another erroneous misreporting.
But he invited him to answer those questions. He put those questions out.
Evans,
are you saying he didn't ask those questions?
Evans, the vice president verbatim wrote what he said. He put out 170 statements. And then the former vice president, Misata, is the one who came and said he's studying it and he will respond. Then the vice president said, well, I'm waiting for your response. So let's even correct that in the first place. He never put any 170 questions out. When you look at the 170, they are statements. They are not questions.
I see. Miracles, thank you very much. By the way, talking about the vice president, though, he has been meeting with the police. He's urged the Ghana Police Service to ensure peace, transparency, and order during December's general elections.
For this year's election, it is important to take stock and know that we have been here and done it before. Since 1992, we have succeeded in organizing election after election, and this year's election will be no different. We as a nation have become good at it. With the police at the center of our election security task force, we are assured of a successful 2024 general election. However, we must not be complacent and rest on our previous achievements, for every election presents its own nuanced situation. We are, however, confident of the professionalism of the police. The police is always at the center of elections security in Ghana.
Well, later in the day, the Vice President launched the Ghanaian-built ride-hailing app, Go Ride. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the launch, said the app will maximize profit for taxi drivers who were almost pushed out of business by foreign ride-hailing apps. And that's it for News Night tonight. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And indeed, congratulations to the boys from Infantipim. Enjoy your evening and better luck next time to Augustine and Kita SHTS.